St. Nicholas Day, also known as the Feast of St. Nicholas, is a Christian festival held in December to honor St. Nicholas, a saint known for his extreme generosity to children. The patron saint of children, sailors, merchants, thieves, and pawnbrokers is St. Nicholas. He was born in the 3rd century in the village of Patara to Greek parents. He spent the majority of his life in the nearby town of Myra, both of which were part of Lycia, present-day Turkey. In Greek, the name Nicholas means people's victory. He was known as the boy bishop because he became a bishop at the age of 30. He was the Roman Catholic bishop of Myra during a time when Christians were persecuted by the Romans. He was imprisoned for 7 years by the Roman Emperor Diocletian before being released when Emperor Constantine, the first Christian emperor, issued the Edict of Milan in 313. In 325, St. Nicholas attended the First Council of Nicaea. According to legend, he saved 3 girls who couldn't marry and were about to be sold into slavery by their fathers due to poverty by throwing purses of gold through their windows for 3 nights in a row. According to legend, the saint resurrected 3 children who had been chopped by a butcher to cure and sell as ham. There is evidence that he intervened in the execution of 3 innocent men who were sentenced to death by a corrupt magistrate due to a bribe. St. Nicholas' relics were interred in Bari, where a shrine was built in his honor. His bones, however, were stolen by Venetian sailors. His ashes are now interred in the Church of St. Nicholas on Lido in Venice, Italy. On December 3, 343, he died at the age of 73. In 2005, researchers discovered the remains of St. Nicholas, who were 5 feet tall and had a broken nose. Since his death 17 centuries ago, a pure liquid known as the manna of St. Nicholas has been known to flow from his bones. Every May 9th, a Dominican priest collects manna to bless Christians. The legend of Santa Claus was based on St. Nicholas' life. Santa Claus was derived from Sinterklaas, the Dutch name for St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas rose to prominence in Holland, his influence withstanding the Reformation in the 1500s, when honoring saints was frowned upon. On December 6th, the Dutch celebrated St. Nicholas' feast day. In the Middle Ages, French nuns were inspired to carry on the saint's tradition of anonymous nocturnal gift-giving. When families discovered the gifts and asked who had given them, the nuns replied, "It must have been St. Nicholas." In several European countries that observe St. Nicholas Day, children are traditionally given gifts on the eve of the holiday rather than on Christmas Day. In Holland, children are traditionally given oranges as gifts from Sinterklaas. These oranges were frequently sold in threes, representing the 3 gold bags given by St. Nicholas in the legend where he helped 3 girls avoid slavery. Because the saint used to leave gifts in children's shoes, children received their gifts in shoes. This is the act that gave rise to the concept of Christmas stockings. Traditionally, families gather to celebrate St. Nicholas Day with a feast. On the eve of the festival, some fathers will dress up as Street Nicholas. In the Netherlands, St. Nicholas Day is celebrated on the evening of December 5th, when people dressed as Sinterklaas give gifts to children. On the evening of December 5th, children in Eastern Europe would leave their shoes by the windowsill and go to bed hoping to wake up to shoes filled with gifts. In France, it is customary for the entire family to await the arrival of Saint Nicholas while listening to stories about Saint Nicholas narrated by the grandparents. In honor of Saint Nicholas Day, bakeries make spiced gingerbread biscuits and mandala, a brioche shaped like a saint. On the night of December 5th, children in Central Europe place a boot known as the Nikolaus boot outside the front door. If the kids are good and polite throughout the year, they will wake up to a boot full of sweets and goodies. If they are not, they will be awoken by a boot with a stick. Every 6th of December, Italy observes a tradition in which a ritual known as the Rito del Nubile is held for unmarried women looking for a husband. In some Italian provinces, St. Nicholas Day is celebrated by giving gifts to children and hosting a fair called Fiera di San Nicolo. The feast day of the saint is celebrated in Malta on the last Sunday of June, while it is celebrated in Portugal with a series of festivities from November 29th to December 7th. Every December 19th, Slavic countries observe St. Nicholas Day by fasting from animal and dairy products. The Dutch brought the legend of St. Nicholas to America, where he became a part of the Christmas holiday over the centuries, and is now known as Santa Claus. In North America, chocolate coins are placed in children's Christmas stockings to represent the gold coins that the saint used to distribute. Candy canes are a traditional Christmas decoration in the United States. They are based on the crozier, which is the bishop's staff of St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas became known as Father Christmas in the United Kingdom.